Hello, Libra. Libra, this is your July 2019. So, for Libras, you got the same card that I believe it was Pisces, I think got. You have the Two of Wands. So, Libra, for July, you're going to spend a lot of time trying to make a decision about two things, two people, two places. So, it may be you're trying to decide where you want to move to. It could also be that you're deciding who you want to move with or who you want to be with. It also feels like you're looking and examining very closely what you do have already in your life with holding the world there, or holding actually your life in your hands. So you're looking closely at what you have to work with, kind of like what tools are in your life, whether it's your education, whether it's your finances, whether it's the people and love and support around you. But one of those is definitely the reason that you're going to be able to make this particular decision for your best interest, I should say. It feels like also with Libras having the Nine of Cups, something is getting close to ending, or something is getting close to being finished or completed. I also feel like with this, it also could be that Libra is also looking and paying attention to what opportunities or what options that you have available to you. Uh, the next card that I pulled for you guys, unfortunately, is the Devil card. With the Devil card, which makes a lot of sense, either you are dealing with your own addictions, and that could be an addiction to a person, addiction to a place, addiction to a thing, right? Things can be sex, drugs, porn, anything that's promiscuous, anything that's not healthy for you, anything that is toxic. So this definitely could be you dealing with this for yourself, or you could be dealing with someone who is definitely having Libra issues with their addiction, trouble controlling their urges, their temptations, their desires. Somebody who's not staying in focus on what they should be concentrating on. So one way or the other, either you're dealing with it or you're dealing with it because somebody in your life is dealing with it. So that feels very strong for me. It also says that in this particular picture, a lot of you may be playing around with something that's just not good for you. You could be involved in a third-party situation. You could be dating someone who is in fact still married, or is in fact living with somebody, dating somebody, and you're adding yourself in as an addition, believing that they're going to walk away from the person that they're with. Chances of that happening are very low, always very low. For a lot of you, you have the King of Wands. With the King of Wands, that's showing that somebody is trying to stay very firm, in control, and stable in their position, sitting on their throne, so to speak, maybe sitting on the chair, maybe sitting on the porch, whatever. But this is a person who is looking at the potential growth of something or the start of something. But two, this also, with the King of Wands, can be somebody who's looking either back into the past or definitely making hopes and dreams for the future. So which one are you? Are you focusing still on things in your past and trying to get them to come back and resurface, or are you looking to the future to start and begin something new? Let me know which one suits you better. But we do have, again, the third-party card that's just coming up, so I think that's kind of confirming which way you're looking. Somebody is still dealing with past energies and still hoping for someone to surface. I also feel like a lot of air signs are involved with fire signs and water signs. Some of you, even another air sign, true. But I don't feel like things are going to be made complete for you. I do feel like with the Queen of Wands, you may even, or someone may even, decide to turn you down, or you may turn someone down. It's also showing that in light of it all, it's kind of like with the flower being there, it's kind of like doing the he loves me or she loves me not thing until you lose all the petals. It also feels like you may be somewhat guarding your position or guarding your heart in a certain situation. Some of you want to go backwards in one way, but in another way, You're still afraid of that pain reoccurring. You're still afraid of the same events happening over again. So be careful, Libras. Be careful. Okay, Libras, once again, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, money does seem like it is around for you, although I don't feel like there's a lot of money, but I feel like you're okay at this point if you don't overspend or splurge. But at the same time, this is, again, dealing with somebody who's not sure what to do, who's not sure who to choose, a decision to make here. Something is still being questioned. There's still something up in the air. So if you're waiting for somebody to return back to you, it's not here yet. It hasn't come yet. It's not arrived. The reason is because they still aren't sure whether they want the other person or to be with you. That seems to be pretty clear. Right now, your Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. So with the Wheel of Fortune, that means things aren't going the way you planned for them to go right now. Things aren't being settled in a positive manner for you. There's still work to do, so you're not finished yet. Some of you, Libras, have not put the work in on yourself, and that's where a majority of the work needs to start in order for you to be complete. Some of you are in the middle of recovering from a broken heart, from a past situation. Some of you are definitely on the upswing now, trying to put your life back together, but at the same time, you're wanting forgiveness, or your partner is wanting forgiveness. I don't know if you're able to give that type of forgiveness yet at this point. Some of you, once you see that partner face to face, I feel like you may cave in quickly, more so than over the phone, through a text message, through an email, whatever. I also feel like somebody's watching someone on social media, trying to keep track of possibly all of the person's options, trying to keep track of the different things that this person is doing. And again, with the Ten of Pentacles, that's showing me that somebody's lifestyle or monies was much better when this other person was around, because there was more of it, more finances to play with, more finances to get things done. So I feel like you may be struggling now that you're not in that particular situation. A lot of you, with the Six of Swords, decided to go away, walk away, find another direction, find someone new, leave something in the past behind. Some of you have turned your back on a situation, very clear. Some of you, again, dealing with a water sign, dealing with another air sign, okay? Right now it's about water and air. I definitely feel that's very strong for this entire reading. Again, with the Queen of Swords, there's a Libra for you right there with the Queen of Swords. Sitting and trying to delegate, trying to make a decision. Standing up for something that you believe in. With the one sword up in the air, you're either going to give something one more try and then you're done. It is a one and done deal. In other words, you've been back and forth with this situation. You may have been dealing with a Pisces. You may have been dealing with a Scorpio. You may have been dealing with a Virgo. Some of you may have been dealing with a Leo as well. Whichever way that's working or resonating for you. But I do get also, too, with the Star card, that's telling me that, again, somebody was so busy feeding, nourishing, watering the other side, the other person, that they were neglecting someone else, which made the neglectful side look terrible, and the other side that somebody chose to go to, so whether that's your partner that chose to go to somebody else and left you behind, well, because they neglected you, because they didn't tell you what they should have told you, because they didn't speak to you the way they should have spoke to you, because they didn't treat you the way they should have treated you, they gave all that stuff, all the compliments, all the love, all the attention to the other party, then that's why that side glowed so much. The grass was, in fact, not greener on the other side as it looked. It's only because their focus and their attention went to that other side. When they were focusing on you, when they were treating you the way they should, when things were good between you and your partner, that's when you looked your best. But now that the nourishment, so to speak, the feeding, so to speak, the watering, so to speak, was taken away from you, of course, what happens to a flower when you don't water it anymore? It'll die. So the love over this side, where you were, started to fade, started to die, because of the fact the nourishment, the water, the treatment, everything was over the other side. So that's why that side is growing and blooming. It's not that it's a better situation. It's not that it's a better relationship. It's because that's where the work is being put in at. Someone quit on you, on your side. For Libras, somebody quit on you. Somebody left you to stand alone. Somebody left you to pick up your own pieces. Somebody left you to figure it out, while they, in fact, went over to another area to give their love and attention there, to leave you out in the cold, so to speak. Somebody made you feel like you didn't matter, Libra, and it's okay, because you're going to find a way to pick yourself up. You will definitely overcome obstacles and situations where relationships are concerned. Your finances will continue to grow because you're going to put more effort and more work into them. So you won't be neglecting your job or your duties anymore. For some of you, there'll be an overflow of love coming to you with a new partner. For a lot of Libras, there's definitely new coming. For some of you, you're still in love with that old partner. You can't let go. That's what this card is stating. And you're wanting a new start in love. For some of you, you're going to have to learn this the hard way. You're just going to have to. But when you finally figure it out, before hopefully the end of July, you're going to be the Page of Wands. You're going to be looking at new starts and new beginnings. You're finally going to get into a new relationship. It's going to be uncomfortable. You fear that at the most. Some of you are so afraid of living that you're allowing fear to stunt your growth. You're allowing fear to get in the way of you trying new opportunities, dating a new partner. But once you do, it shows that you're going to find somebody who you're very compatible with, who makes you feel complete, who not only polishes you up and shines you like the diamond that you are. So look here at the new beginning in this card, because you're going to have that fresh start. You don't have to stay stagnant. You don't have to keep going back to a past love because that's what you're comfortable with, or that's what you're familiar with, or that's what you know, because you also know that that person did not make you feel the way you should. That person took a lot of things that were instilled in you and brought them down to another level. Now you're going to have to rebuild up, but you will get your strength back. Your last card is the Knight of Wands. And with the Knight of Wands, you're going to try to avoid something that's toxic. You're going to try to avoid a one-night stand. You're going to try to avoid anything that is not positive and working for you. So that comes through really strong. Be careful of, one more card, be careful of the Magician. Somebody that's trying to create an illusion for you. Somebody who's trying to make you think that they're in it for love, that they're in it to win it, that they're in it to build with you, when in fact they're only in it for themselves. They're only looking at what they can achieve from it. They're looking at the way that they can manifest things to better themselves, and they are going to walk forward without you. They will not walk with you or next to you. They will not hug you, hold your hand, or whatever. They're going to be side by side, but they're still walking separately. And eventually they're going to veer off on a whole different path than you are. Then you're going to find yourself being forced by the Tower moment, which I'm sure will show up. Okay? A lot of you had secrets going on in the past. A lot of you had situations, relationships, where someone had secrets, and they weren't keeping you afloat of everything. They were not telling you what you needed to know. You were finding it out, but the wrong way. Finding out that they had other options. Finding out that they're pretty much going to walk away and go towards someone else, because they are thinking that the grass is much greener on the other side. So, Libra, be careful for the month of July, okay? It can be positive where work is concerned. Definitely building, making money, creating things new. Definitely will take off quick. If you're doing your own business, Libra, it will be very successful. If you're focusing on you and your friendships and your family, then you got July kicked right in the butt. If you're focusing on a relationship and somebody from the past, if they are not giving you back the same energy, then you need to let them go. If they do initiate with you, if they do get creative with you, if they do make offers or opportunities to you, if they do welcome your phone calls, if they do invite you to something, then you're in a good spot. then that person has a chance to rekindle with you. But remember, if this other person is not taking your calls, not taking your text messages, not responding, then Libra, it's time to move on. So that's what I have for July 2019 for Libra. See you soon.